Alright, it looks like I'm live on YouTube and now on Facebook. So I just wanted to jump on here for day 2. If you've seen in the group, then you've already seen the little post. But I just wanted to deep dive a little bit. Let me get started so that we're doing back feed. Where is it? There we go. Alright, that should work. So, just wanted to deep dive. How are you guys feeling after day 1? I know some of you may be wondering, what does this girl and what does this have anything to do with losing weight? Because we haven't even talked about doing things. And what I've learned, and what we've learned over the years, is it's not always about the doing first. It's not getting caught up in the and the ger. It's finding stuff that works. It's finding and making sustainable changes to our lifestyle. Whoops. I meant to bring my Ningxia, but I do my best to drink Ningxia every day. That's my super juice. It has all the yummy goodness and nutrients that I need. Um, and then I also just do little things around the house throughout the day. A lot of my work, even before working from home, was sitting on my assets because I had a long commute. And then I worked in the office. Um, and in the beginning of my career, I got to move a lot more. As rules and methods changed, I was sitting on my assets a lot more. And there was a point in time where I was having to go see a chiropractor and acupuncturist a couple times a week just to be able to stay centered enough to continue working. So it's not always about doing more. Sometimes it's just about being more creative to find solutions that work for us, being more loving to ourselves, and giving ourselves that grace. Because if I don't feel like it, I need to take an assessment of my body and see if my body's not up for it, or if that old procrastination station is sliding its way back in and saying, you don't have to do that. It takes practice. It takes shifts, and it takes piece by piece, building the blocks that make your best life, our best life, my best life. That's what I found. And that's why I want to share. Because it's not about doing it my way. It's about finding your best way. When I started this journey, I didn't have Young Living. Um, so I was doing other things like making shifts. In the beginning of my journey, I only had options of fast food for the most part. Time and life just didn't allow. And yeah, I even lost the weight on fast food because I made better choices for me. Stuff that aligned with my body. Like, I love spaghetti, but I don't eat it that much anymore because the acidity in it doesn't work well with my body. Um, but I found ways that I can bring it back into our lives sometimes because the family loves it. So it's more of a conscious living and being and learning to adjust and find ways to make each day your best day. I don't know about you, but my body, it changes. Some days I'm a little more limber, so I can do a little more yoga and maybe even kick it up a notch and do some samba or zumba or something like that. And throwing the hike. Um, I'm looking at challenging myself this year. So, one of my beautiful friends um, tagged me in the 29th annual hike, and I'm ready. I really do love hiking, and after the rains that we've had, it should be gorgeous. Just make sure that we're safe, proper shoes, proper clothing, all the things. Just like if you're stuck on the couch, either recovering um, from a body failure or a body scream, as I like to call them, because when my body gives me some contrast to what I want of wellness, I know that it's my time to take assessment. Like the house, the home, the heavy weight on our shoulders. I used to worry and carry everything on my shoulders. You can look back when I started this journey and you can see the stress. And if you're an energy feeler, you could probably feel the stress coming off me when I was doing my first videos. And I'm thankful that I continue to take deep dives into myself. The best part is I have products that help us do that. It's not, I always have my Wusa bottle. And now we have Wusa Mist and Wusa Roll On for those that don't want to wear it around your neck and want to have it a different way. Finding ways to support ourselves. So today, the self work is a personal assessment. What is your weight? Because the train decided to show up today. Is it the extra pounds on your body that came on, or has it been with you for a while? Is it the roller coaster that I had? And it was well over 2 decades. Um, it was actually, let's see, I'm almost 49, so it was a little over 23 years ago when I started struggling because there was an old belief that was told to me that after 25, my metabolism changes and I can't eat like I want to eat. And if I do eat like I want to eat, then I'm going to add pounds and pounds and pounds. I eat what I love. I eat when my body tells me to eat. I have more, I didn't realize until this last weekend that what I do is intentional eating. In the beginning, again, there's baby steps that we gotta take for us. In the beginning, yeah, I had my same portions, but I started to shrink them and I started to make changes. Um, Back in the beginning of the journey, I used to drink a ton of soda and Red Bull, and now, oh, and of course, coffee. Coffee's always been the thing, and I don't know if I'll ever give coffee up. I love it. It's something I really enjoy drinking. Now I'm just more mindful and I drink water as well. And not count coffee as water. So it's just finding ways. The assessment is not about the judgment and the blame, the shame, that stuff that we all used to do. And I'm sure if you follow me, you probably have the same stuff, your own. But that same kind of thing, you need to do it. Oh, you didn't do that. Oh, you. Let's stop that. That's what I mean by drop the hate. It's the hating on ourselves. It's the bagging on ourselves because we didn't do it right or we didn't do enough. or we didn't clean enough, or we have too much stuff, or whatever that too much or the assessment is to get honest with ourselves, to notice where we are. Because when we notice where we are, we can move from there. And I'm thankful today that my personal assessments are a whole lot easier. It's a lot easier to look at my own self and make those shifts that I need to make. So the first way, depending on where you're at in your journey, if you have a little bit of time, do 5 minutes. If you got a little more time, do 15 minutes. And kick off with a little self-love while you're doing this. Grab your pen, notebook or paper, your favorite beverage, put on your favorite tunes. If you do aromas, bring that in. If you do plants, bring that in. It, sit next to a tree or a pond, a lake, whatever. Um, and that's take an assessment. What is the heavy weight that you want to tackle in this 10-day challenge? And remember, we're going to make it evergreen, so you can always go back through and tackle some more if that's what you choose to do. Is it the piles of stuff everywhere around the house? And again, I ain't judging because I'm going to be doing the same thing. It's baby steps. It's not getting it all done in one and done, all or nothing. Life's not an all or nothing, one and done kind of thing. Life's an ever changing, progressive movement. And it's up to us on how we face it. So, we're going to write it down. Is it that weight that is just weighing on your shoulders? Because there's so much going on in your life, in your community, and in the world, and so many things that maybe it's even showing up in dis-ease and dysfunction. That's okay. It's combinations sometimes of imbalance. So, and it may show up as, it'll never work out. I don't know why you keep doing that. Nobody's listening to you anyways. Who cares what your rate is? Whatever. We can change it when we start looking at Shitake. That's no longer serving our lives. We don't have to hold on to it. We can write that Shitake down. Write it all out as much as you possibly can. And when you're done, give it up to your higher power. I talk about higher power a lot because I have so many beautiful people that have different beliefs. And you'll hear me go between God, universe, goddess, whatever I feel like that day. Angels, ancestors. I especially call on my angels and ancestors. They've always been there. Um, and when you're done writing, tear it up, rip it up, burn it, or maybe you want to keep it and save it to celebrate later on to see how far you've come. So the second way is for our oilers and those that want to take more time before you do the first way. And the first way exercise, get out your oils so we can move even more mountains. I like I can't remember the original that Benjamin Purkis and Aroma Freedom called it, but I call it my aroma release. And it's the basics: lavender, frankincense, and stress away. If you're on our team, you may have gotten a Wusa bottle or Wusa mist. Maybe you created your own. That's another great one. Put a drop in your hand. Me, I wear it around my neck, so put a drop in my hand 3 times. Grab that scent tint and close your eyes. Breathe in the oils. And before you start the first way, just set your intentions while you're writing. And after 3 deep inhalations, holding and releasing. Then start round one, the first way of self work. And then repeat the breath work and the intentions. And you're ready. Let's shift that to uplifting. Because everything that's negative that we tell ourselves, at contrast, there's a desire, there's a longing, there's something that you want that's different than what you're getting. We got to look at it and accept it, notice it, so we can shift it. And when you are, for every contrast, write something that you would love in its place. Write a goal, a desire, whatever. Living a life that we love and dreamed of is worth the inner work. We can always pause, do some more breath work, learn to honor ourselves. Life is meant to be with more ease. Let's just start noticing the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I have to do this so we can shift it. Because with more awareness and mindful living, being, eating, buying, collecting, and doing, we can do it with an attitude of gratitude and have more love in our life. We really, really can. And just notice it. Thank it for showing up. Because each thing that shows up, we can shift it. If it doesn't feel good, or it's no longer needed in our life, let that shiitake go. That was then. This is now. And the third way, Leslie's going to share about later. She's working with our mentor, Martha, who is doing an amazing challenge. And I am working with Lauren. She's doing a 21-day soul connection. Yeah, I'm I'm always working on me, my family, our teams, our people. Oh, sorry, sorry. I totally did not remember to take off the or put on the video. Um, Remember, our people are worth it. We're worth it. If you don't have no people, find them. They're there. I got made fun of for a long time because I found my community on the internet. Because I haven't always been so graceful in the communication area. Having a computer in that little break of space allows me to honor my energy without taking on other energy. Find it. Find the people out there that resonate, that are ready to lift us each other up and run alongside you. They're out there. There's people out there that want to help. It's not just about the and Gur people of life, because the and Gur people need big hugs too. They may not know it. I know I did. But it's sometimes easier when we're stuck in that to shove people away before we get hurt. Especially if it's a more challenging relationship, right? And relationships can be romantic, family, new beautiful friends becoming family. So, this was a little bit longer than I had planned. Again, YouTube, I apologize. I totally forgot to take the put the video on, but you get the gist. I didn't show a whole lot of stuff to do. Maybe tomorrow I will add some things, but honestly, my days are different. That's why I don't do regimens and that kind of stuff. My days are different. Some days are lazy couch. Exercises and honoring the body. Other days are a couple times a day. I do either a workout or a dance off with jazz or yard work or housework. But again, make it fun. Put on your good music and find your groove. See how you, I, can shift our own shiitake and find our best lives. You guys, seriously, I keep saying this, but if I can find it, anybody can. You're worth it. If you want to deep dive more, I'm here. If not, I get it. I'll be sharing some more different ways, but some of the people that I followed, especially in the beginning when there was no time, no money, no energy, it was people like Lisa Nichols, Mel Robbins. I'm probably going to say the name wrong, but Yolanda Van Zant. Different beautiful people that are finding their grooves with the challenges. Let's find your groove too. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. And I hope you have a fabulous Sunday. It's Sunday Fun Day, so what can you add to your day that adds some fun, grace, love, movement, wherever you are? Honor your body. Honor where you are. Don't push it. That's when the old Crystal, the OC, used to hurt herself. And I knocked myself down for 3, 4 days at a time. Find your balance. It's worth it.